Oftentimes when we Orthodox Christians point out to a Protestant, especially like an evangelical or a more contemporary type of Protestant Christian, that what they believe is not, it's invented by men and not found in the early church or whatever, they will say something like, well, yeah, I can see that it is in the early church because it's right here in the Bible, right? So basically it's like the question, how can my beliefs be brand new and not from the early church if I can see them in the Bible? And the problem is that oftentimes what you think is in the Bible actually is not what it means. That's not what it intends to teach. A great example of this is the word grace. So nowadays, the word grace tends to mean in theology something like God's unmerited kindness on sinners. So if the Bible says, well, we're saved by grace, then what people take that is, oh, we're saved by God's unmerited kindness. And obviously we could also get into, or honestly, not obviously, honestly, we could also get into this discussion on the meaning of the word salvation and saved. But when it comes to grace, the Bible does not tell us what the word grace means. Men did that. Men defined the word for us. In this case, the first person to come up with the meaning of unmerited kindness was Martin Luther in the 1500s. The actual meaning of the word grace in this context is that it is the energy of God, the divine energy that flows from him into us. And over time, it changes us for salvation. So clearly, if you take that definition, you're going to arrive at a very different conclusion than the more modern Lutheran interpretation of grace as an attitude of God towards human beings. Luther took this to mean that God just kind of instantaneously saves people by his unmerited kindness. So that is an example of how your theology can not be original even though you think you see it in the Bible, because men told you what the Bible meant.